even when it looks futile.
Buonasera. Buonaserissima. Anche se non c'è nessuno, però buonaserissima. È il momento Fontaine, tra tutto il lag e tutto sto schifo. Vediamo. Togliamo un po' di punti esclamativi rossi, un po' di notifiche. Comunque è bello che ho dovuto anche delayare la live di un'ora. Perché il mio PC, tanto per cambiare, ha dato problemi. Non so perché qua ci fosse un punto esclamativo, però ok. Ah sì, probabilmente perché ci sono domini nuovi. Qua giustamente c'è... come si chiama? La conquest nuova. Vediamo, immagino sia per... Esatto, 3 domain nuovi. Talenti, armi e artefatti. Mi è arrivata una mail, è il compleanno di qualcuno, quindi 20 agosto, non ho idea di chi sia il compleanno. Allora, Wish, chi è che c'era? Linei, esatto, e Yelan. Ok, carino l'arco. Selezioniamolo anche se non ho pull.
Peace and good
Non ho pull qua, no, esatto.
health should be enjoyed by all.
Pass.
If I can provide everyone with a life.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom established.
Solito... Ah, giusto, nuove armi del pass.
I will be content.
Non me ne frega un cazzo, onestamente. Il caricamento. Eventi. Registri delle reliquie, creazione della nazione di Idro. Ah, un evento già al rilascio di... Ah no, sblocca una statua di 7. Ok. Il sipario non cala mai sulla magia. Invita per ottenere... Ah, cioè la ottengo così, senza fare niente. Va bene, grazie, gioco. Prova personaggi, facciamo sti trial. Proprio schippo bellamente tutto, schippo le daily, vado direttamente a Fontaine. Ah. Si fa così. Ah, giusto. Ma lui non doveva sparare carte. Ok, i primi due colpi sono normali e poi spara delle carte. Ok, se premi la E durante la ulti, lui non ulta più. Va bene. Stream Elements comunque non ha avvisato della live. È offline? Oh, giusto. È cambiato il coso del team. Esatto. Fammi cambiare. Perfetto. Allora, carichiamo tutti i modelli. Perfetto. Allora, vediamo un po'. Carino che abbiano messo delle animazioni per ogni PG e non soltanto per PG tipo i 5 stelle. Vabbè, lui è molto generico, giustamente. Chissà se per loro due cambia, o meglio, per lui cambia anche per via della skin. Lei mi piace. Cosa stavi facendo, Diona, scusa? Carina lei. Lui smaterializza il libro. Lui ha sfortuna. Lei usa la E, anche se è un po' sus. Lei cade dall'altalena. Ok. Lui scatena il Super Saiyan. Beh, loro non lo so. Ok. Mona Magistus. Lei chiama il vento. Mi piace il fatto che abbia il cagnolino con la bandiera. Ok. Ok, devi essere pesante se fa questa faccia. Cioè, persino per Aloy! Aloy di Genshin Impact! No, mi sono perso per fare la battuta. Non si possono far girare i PG comunque, quindi... Ah, lei appare la coda. Ok. Ok, mi piace. Lei gioca con i sassi. Lei fa le JoJo pose, va bene. Ok, ci stanno. Allora, bello che ho già delle cose di Fontaine, delle specialità di Fontaine. Non vuole... Mi scliccato. Comunque, wow, sono riuscito a vedere qualcosa di fluido. È incredibile. Allora, beviamo.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
Si vede che non so come funziona sto PG. La tua mamma. Ho detto tua mamma.
Quietly now. Frostbite. Game's up. Fun's over. Gutsy. Try not to enjoy this too much.
Oh, so.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
Perfetto. Tanto non la pullerò mai, quindi... Curioso di vedere l'Inet come si gioca, perché non mi ricordo com'è. Oh no, lei per ascendere... Per ascenderla usa il drop dei nemici. Ha la coda da gatto. E questo è già abbastanza. Che sarà resettato il... Che sarà resettato il cooldown?
Let me weave you a verse. Let the magic begin! Over here! Surprise!
L'ho presa. Allora, claimiamo. Un attimo.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Everybody stand back! Let's light it up! Off we go! Going in!
Ring cutter. Let's spark things up a little.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Allora, questo Dio che caldo. Capitolo del Felis Fuscus. Va bene. Non posso sbloccarla. Il mare terrestre, l'origine di tutte le acque. Ok. Rondò metallico, è il boss nuovo. Che dà 2 drop. Ok. Signore solitario della terra e dei mari. Oddio. Oddio, hanno messo... Madonna, grazie. Hanno messo che i drop di Twitch sono cumulativi. O meglio, i drop di Genshin sono cumulativi. Allora, prima di tutto, lei. Facciamo scendere.
My perception has been heightened.
Lei non so nemmeno come si buildi, però nel dubbio... Ah, giusto, un pull gratis. Dicevo, nel dubbio... fiore. Elemental Master. Questo. Questo. 4 stelle. Anzi, questo. Qua. Magari ho un andiamo. Yes. E questo invece Elemental Mastery. Sono da PS, attacco, è questo. Ah, posto, tanto per quello che la userò. Allora, apriamo la mappa. Oh, oh, ma guarda un po' cosa c'è qui. Un teleport per una zona nuova. Cioè, però veramente, cioè, potevano fare qualcosa di più sensato. Madonna. Andiamo a far fuori PG. Poi metto il team della storia. Vero che se oso mettermi in piedi sulla statua mi... Allora, vero, adesso il coso cambia in base alla zona in cui sei. Lo sfondo. Questing, schiera. Dai. Configurazione rapida. Mettiamo, dato che dobbiamo fare l'arco quest, allora, sicuramente linee. E chi altro, vediamo. Ma sì, Naida.
You lead the way.
Naida per supporto morale. E Linette perché è della storia. Oddio, è vero che adesso si può fare questo, dov'è? Gesù, Gesù, grazie. Gesù, che bella sta cosa. Si possono mettere anche i cosi, gli indicatori sotto la mappa. Quindi se io tipo vado qua, c'è questa qua, poi vado giù e c'è questa... Madonna. Madonna, meno male che hanno copiato da Tears of the Kingdom. Hanno finalmente copiato sta cosa. Trasportiamoci. Volevo fare la strada, tutto sciallo. E tra l'altro mi sarei tippato il punto sbagliato io. Cioè mi sarei messo nel punto sbagliato prima della manutenzione. Appena finisce il caricamento dico anche perché, o meglio mostro anche perché dove sarei andato. Oh, oh, che introduzione. Ecco. Non mi aspettavo un filmato. Allora, quindi per arrivare lì immagino di dover prendere quella nave. Ma prima di tutto, io non mi sarei tippato qua, ma qua. O comunque in questa zona qui. Cioè non penso che sarei andato in questa zona qui. Comunque questo teleport qua... Ah, si raggiunge da lì. Scusate, mania di completismo. Lo vado a prendere al volo. Cioè qua. Ma lui?
Yeah, yeah. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Lui è un iricciolo reietto di Igro.
Adventure time.
Pensavo che l'Igro me l'avesse applicato lo slime, invece era stato
Everybody
lui.
stand back.
Life lasts forever.
Germinate!
Let's light it up.
Propagate! Is this an answer from this world?
Forse è meglio non usarla Naida in battaglia, ecco. È bello che adesso la minimappa adesso è usata. Fiore del lutto. Perché si è messo a nuotare. Grazie. Ah sì, comunque non ho minimamente fatto il 100% alla fine. Ce la sto facendo ad arrivare... Ho una challenge a tempo. Perché dice che è sottoterra se è all'aperto? Comunque appena ho aperto il gioco mi ha dato 5 primo gem e non ricordo quanta cosa. Adventure Experience. Ah, giusto. Posta. Se hai ricevuto questa lettera. Ah, compleanno di Faruzan. Evento web, bando per avventurieri, sondaggio di gioco, twitch reward, nuove ricette. Ok. Ricompense d'accesso. Ah, io non avevo ancora preso le 600 primo gem post manutenzione. E poi 60 primo gem per codice. Avvisi. Io sto ancora, sto ancora aspettando che mi mandino le primo gem. eh, le primo gem per le stream. Perché mi spettano di diritto. Io ho effettuato le mie stream. Hanno fissato che il volume è a 1 miliardo quando apri le luci. Cosa, Pier? Cosa? Ah, vabbè. Giusto, ho un pull. Vai, prendiamo 5 stolline, 5 stelle dallo standard, anche se non si può. Tutti i luoghi dove poteva essere proprio lì.
This should be the place. Let's find.
Ah, vero che non posso skippare.
It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another. So let's all be careful.
No need to worry.
Ah, here they come. You ready? Let's not give them a chance to react and end.
Sta caricando, aspettate.
That's close enough. Scatter!
Yeah, teamwork is true. Over here.
Avevo premuto 5, non 4, però va bene dopo.
Propagate!
Let's light it up.
Take that!
Let's light it up. Buckle up.
Propagate! You're the
Good. That's. Think about it though. You've got 5.
Whoa!
I'm not joking. 2 seconds.
I'll save you the.
Huh? Are you crazy? He tried to bite off his own tongue. Quick, search the area for any first aid supply. I definitely didn't expect him to go that far.
What?
I didn't expect.
Well,
Yeah. Don't...
No, aspetta. Perché prima il rebat delle carovane? Vabbè. Boh, mi dava il rebat delle carovane come luogo occupato da una quest, quando il luogo occupato da una quest era un altro, va bene. Complimenti. Andiamo.
Good old caravan rebut. Now let Paimon think. What were we up to the first time we came here? Oh, Paimon remembers. Nahita's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but we followed the clues she left behind to help her.
Suppongo che ci siamo imbattuti in questo posto prima
So
d'ora.
much time has already passed since then, and it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahita's in charge, right? Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time, and then Nahita won't have any more new problems to deal with.
Spoiler, arriva su me, è arrivata cosa?
Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the thick of it. Who knows what will happen next? Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble. Huh? Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. At most, when she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange whirlpool and sucked out into sea. And even then, you fished Paimon out. Anyway, for Nahita's sake, maybe we should think about heading to our next destination for now.
Ah, look who it is. Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Ah, forse era il personaggio che era
Yeah.
occupato, non il
Just
luogo.
wandering around. We're usually taking care of some serious business, even though it may have nothing to do with our journey. But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. I'm on my way to report back. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway? Huh? You serious? Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. I guess you'd never stay for too
Stavo
long.
andando ad avere problemi con la legge a Fontaine.
Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. I'm starting to feel sad just thinking about it. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you two? What do you say?
Thanks, but no need. Oh, Paimon had no clue you'd miss us so much. But don't worry, we'll come back to see everyone when we get a chance.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. Knowing you two, I'm sure it won't be anything you can't handle. So, when are you leaving?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon hasn't tried yet.
Madonna, la
Now,
testata.
where's that list Paimon made?
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going away party or anything. It's sad enough to see you go like this. Though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you. Seems true heroes always prefer leaving quietly.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahita? Oh, good point. Then there's no need to bother her in the real world.
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler in Paimon. Whether as a client or a friend, you're always welcome to come find me.
Goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
Oh yes, andiamo a Fontaine. Per favore. Ok, quindi c'è letteralmente foto. In tutti i sensi. Quindi devo prendere quella barca? Non ho capito. Cioè, c'è letteralmente scritto prendimi. Però prima voglio prendere quella Wave Rider. Ah, queste cose qua non possono essere uccise. Chissà se...
So through my
No, non danno nessun achievement. Non c'è pollo nel... Ah, ok. Infatti dicevo, ne avevo 70. Non è roba che si raccoglie. Allora, o va presa quella, oppure devo usare per forza la mia. Fammi vedere. Perché non sono mai stato in sta zona di Sumeru. Ok, devo prendere la mia barca. Andiamo a prenderla allora. Qual è il problema? Ma c'è già un Hydroculus. Il mio primo Hydroculus, lo voglio prendere subito. Eh, Hydroculus, nuovo. Ma c'era della gente sopra, aspetta. Non fanno un cazzo. Ho il permesso di sbarco fra... Bella. Ah, ok. Ci ho messo un po' a caricare.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port! Wow! Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine! Paimon's heard that the industry here
Avveniristico.
is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines! Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do!
Bene, siete in arresto.
Good idea! Nahida gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a very unique personality. To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
Siete in arresto per furto di gioconda.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Excuse me. Can I help you too? I couldn't help but notice you standing here listening.
Oh, Linette, zio Pera.
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
Ah, sembra che voi non siate di qui. Letteralmente Paimon 2 secondi prima. Siamo arrivati da poco. Non ho la mia tazza, non posso fare la gag. Non ho nemmeno la webcam attiva per fare la gag.
But,
Law and
should
Order
court cases be
comunque.
treated a little more seriously than that? Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things. It's just that putting someone on trial is usually a very serious thing.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette. As well as
Neuvillette.
the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Oratrice? Is it some kind of machine too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should check it out if we get the chance. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
Purina si chiama, quindi.
I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Disponibilità, sì, certo, sarà disponibile entro 600 anni.
Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets it now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself
Messire.
face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime.
Madonna.
Hey! What are you looking over there for?
Sto guardando una donzella. Ecco, infatti.
Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
Non ti buttare! Sei un gatto, i gatti hanno paura dell'acqua.
Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? Ah, I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay
Perché ha la
then.
guancia
We
gonfia?
just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Though people call the waters around Fontaine a sea, it's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, now it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Sorry. Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
Ah, I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting.
Oh.
Are you Lynette's new friends?
Lini?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Ah, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Questo è
We
il
were just
Traveler.
talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
Perché mi sempre le battute.
So that's how you think it is?
Sì, stai
I
zitta.
also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler.
Ah, è vero, lui è un mago. Ora fa, non lo so, la scossa alla mano. Ah, ah, divertente.
And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
Oh, all right then. Well,
Poi gli
let's
attacca
just
sul
happen to have a
rilevatore.
local friend now. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the opera house to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
Rilevatore.
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the opera house later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please follow me.
Wow. Gameplay. Camminare.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
Zio Pera. Non è lei. Ah, ecco, infatti.
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking
No,
for you?
Focalors, non farlo, non ti
My dear
buttare.
people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu.
Alzate la mano. Alzate la mano verso a me.
As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion.
Ha gli occhi
who have
diversi.
journeyed here from distant lands.
Lei è drago bianco occhi diversi.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally. Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured, I see clearly your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Ha detto... Come ha letto Focalors?
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top? Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural
Madonna,
for
il
you
lip
to be
sync mai.
awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough? What else should I say then?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Dalla chioma
What's all the
biondo.
commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally
No, vabbè, combatto
Oh,
l'arco.
I bet this is gonna be the duel of the century.
Oh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land, just as you were hoping to see.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Devo combattere i poliziotti.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. He is
Soprattutto una dual blade.
Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. They're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
Whoa, all right! Now that'll be worth seeing!
Madonna, non volevo giocare alla
Right.
Way
This is
Order, però.
Fontaine, after all. Such a grand opera house, it would be a pity not to use it.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it? According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law, no?
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No
Se l'ha
one
appena
knows the laws
inventata.
of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, Then, in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
Ho una
My
sensazione
apologies,
di
Lady
déjà vu.
Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun, but if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object, but how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
Zopera credevo fosse cattivo.
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the Traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh? I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
Capisco.
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. We never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Posso dire che finora è
Splendid.
abbastanza
In that
noiosa
case, why don't we go together?
la
I'll show
storia.
you the way. I just have something to take care of first. Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the Nation of Justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of
I
Fontaine
peccati
be
del popolo
washed
saranno
away.
lavati via. Ah, la gag perché si alza
Why are
l'acqua.
people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? What?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
Capisco. Come acqua che sparisce. Allora. Ne ho 3. Devo darlo a 3 persone, immagino. Esatto. Mi è venuto un dubbio. Ovvero... Devo provare un attimo linei e devo vedere una roba. Daman Mills. Carini. Daman Mills. Ok, non sono gli stessi. Mi sembravano simili i voice actor. Cioè, mi sembrava fossero pensavo fossero lo stesso, invece no.
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not recognizing you earlier. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my behalf when you get the chance.
Secondo me la storia del sembrare buono, cioè in realtà lui è cattivo e poi
You
non lo
also
so.
believe in the prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use for it.
What? You mean you don't believe in the prophecy?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in another story. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies. Thus could people set foot on land. So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going home.
Sì, ma morirai il
I
pagliaccio.
hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater. They'll die. You should probably still take it.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
Boh, che io sappia, annegare non è bello. Per capirci, io non so nuotare.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover everything. Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
Parliamo con Liney. Farà, ho dato le borse.
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some, interesting opinions. Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
Can't wait to give her my gift.
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect Romaritime flowers.
Ti prego. Oddio.
Step on up.
È vero che ha stabilità. Comunque ho capito, dai. Barbara.
We can do this.
Non posso andare di là tecnicamente, giusto? Cos'è? È una roba che non posso ancora raggiungere. Vabbè, guardiamo tutte le ulti, dai.
Go, Barbara, go!
Go, Barbara, no.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here.
Comunque
Maybe next
purtroppo ho
time you'll feel
sentito
like that
che
one too,
il
Lynette.
Travelerigro non è dei
No
migliori.
way. I'm in power saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the Court of Fontaine.
So, we're going to the Court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and try...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice anything.
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
No, la napoletana.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's go.
Come faccio a prenderla su? Ci sono le scale. Così finalmente sblocco la statua dei sette. Sium. Comunque tecnicamente un oggetto volante ce l'ho. È un caricamento? Sì. Oh, il boss. Benedizione di Fontaine. Risuona con Nitro. Oh, figo! C'è figa la statua. Allora, ho già fatto 2 achievement. Prendiamo la posta. Vediamo com'è sto Hydro Traveler. Allora. Mm, Dai, questa è sempre la stessa. Giusto? Sì. Scaglia un flutto torrenziale che impegna i danni da idra agli avversari con cui entra in contatto. Ah, se tieni premuto lo puoi mirare. Archepneuma. Ok, quindi lui è pneuma. Quindi... Oh mio Dio, sparo acqua dal dito. Dio mio. Comunque lì c'è Celestia. Non posso ancora raggiungerla, vero? Già. Non si può ancora raggiungere Celestia. Oddio, è divertentissimo. Letteralmente piscio dal dito. Ma mi consuma HP? Oddio, mi consuma HP. Avevo premuto H per cambiare l'eroe su... come su coso, su Overwatch. Ok. Oh mio Dio, quindi va buildato PS lui. Potenziandolo diminuisce la... No, non diminuisce la cosa di... Oddio. Aberranti del Fontemer. Quando un nemico viene colpito con una goccia di rugiada scaldata con... Giusto, fammi fare così, perfetto. Dettagli evento.
This is
Let's
the
go.
spot where Lenny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? She started running the other direction! What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away. Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Spoiler, si è nascosta.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier. Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you get hurt, Lenny?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact, it's feeling better already.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right. Sorry, Lynette. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Lenny's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the court of Fontaine now.
Go. Ora posso prendere il treno trademark.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around! People in Fontaine really know how to use water!
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Oh no! Come che si chiama? Chloette? No.
Huh?
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Charlotte.
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aquabus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon introduce you to our new friends!
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Linny and his assistant Lynette anywhere. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place. So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days.
Beh,
You're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases, actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case? You mean the culprit hasn't been found?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace.
questo pezzo
Is that to this day,
di roba non
none of the
caricata.
girls have ever been found. Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it.
Ma non
waiting to
dovrebbe
be exposed.
esserci un coso qua.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Linny.
Ti prego, schippa. Grazie. Stava durando veramente troppo il viaggio.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Wow, che belli questi 3 pixel.
I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
Oh, I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya!
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Perfetto. A proposito, ho appena pensato una roba. No! Ok, allora. Statua dei 7. Qua perché c'è quello? Ok. Statua dei 7, subito, immediatamente. È sopra, sì. Quanto cazzo ci mette? Vabbè, se non è sopra... No! Ah, ok, era giusto il piano 3. Perfetto. Qua ci sta il boss. Qua ci sta il tizio della pesca. Per il primo livello ci vogliono... Come spiccato. 30. 20, ok. Strano. Mi aspettavo parecchio di più. Andiamo un po' in giro. Allora. Abbiamo detto che qua c'è un teleport. Eccolo qui. Parliamo con Caterina.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Ad Astra... Ad Astra...
Pomodori. No, bulle. Ok, sono nuovi. Quindi devo mandare 3 tizi in spedizione qua. Ok. Così, poi, tac. Non ho ancora sbloccato le daily a Fontaine. Disastro. Vendi qualcosa, Fra? No. Tu non vendi ancora nulla, vero? Perché mi pare che ci sia... Mi pare ci sia un albero anche qua. No way, Estelle. Cosa cazzo devo... Devo usare i pomodori. Ma... Ok, di qua. Comunque chissà che città è ispirata a questa. Chicchi di caffè. Legno di cipresso.
The tea here just keeps...
Guida all'ordine. Wow. Manca soltanto quello con l'icona del sacchetto, che non sembra essere qui. Non sembra proprio esserci. Ai ai. No, qua a destra, vediamo qua. Come faccio ad andare lassù? Arrampicandomi si può? In teoria sì. Ah, voglio capire soltanto cos'è quello. Oh, un teleport. Hotel de Bord. De, per forma. Sanguinetti. Prego, dimmi che vendi le lasagne. Yes! Vellutata di funghi. Aspic di Fontaine. Foie gras alla fontainiana. Lasagne. Zuppa di frutti di mare di Pousson. La fonta. La fonta perché non hanno i diritti per la Fanta. Non ho idea di come si legga. Baguette all'aglio, tipico piatto francese. Vellutata di funghi. Quello. E vabbè, i classici ingredienti che si possono comprare ovunque, che poi io prendo lo stesso. Olè. Scusate, sono allergico alla Francia. Leone. Comunque sì, manca il sacchetto, è quello del sacchetto. Questa è la corte, vero? No. Palermo e Armonia. Cornelia. Sedene. Libro. Sul serio non ci sono altri libri da raccogliere? Ce n'era solo uno? Immagino che tutto sto mega palazzone servirà più avanti nelle quest. Vabbè. Sono le 3. Direi che per oggi è l'ora di basta. Insomma che faccio così.
There are still so many places for us to...
Direi veramente che è l'ora di basta. Continuiamo, non lo so, quando ho voglia. La messa è finita, andate a cagare.